In Egypt, a vast new administrative capital is being built on a swath of desert equal to the size of Singapore. So what is the purpose of this new administrative capital? In this video, we'll answer the question, why is Egypt constructing an all-new capital city? If one is looking for the purpose of this large-scale project, then in simple words, it's a necessity. The new administrative capital is going to be a glorious new city that is expected to house embassies, government agencies, the parliament, 30 ministries, and a spiraling presidential compound. At least 6.5 million people are expected to reside in the city situated approximately 45 kilometers east of Cairo. The government has committed to allocate 15 square meters of green space per inhabitant in the new development. And this is not all. The new capital will have a central green river, a combination of open water and planted scenery, which is apparently twice the size of New York's Central Park. So as you see, the project is also widely being sold as an effort to make Egypt greener. But look beneath the surface and you'll see this project is much more than a considerate effort by the government. 51% of the administrative capital for urban development, the company that oversees the project, is owned by the Egyptian military. The remaining 49% is in the hands of the Ministry of Housing. We're looking at $40 billion for the construction of the new administrative city. This means the military will see substantial financial returns once the new capital city is completed. News is, the new capital will not have a civilian authority to inspect any of its administration, decisions, and finances. Everything is going to be in the hands of the military. Will this turn out to be a boon or a bane for the Egyptian citizens? We'll soon find out. Before that, though, make sure you give us a like if you've enjoyed the video so far. Building a city is not like stacking up a pile of Jenga blocks. To build a new city, you need funds and cement, bricks, electrical appliances, carpentry, security equipment, and most importantly, a workforce. Thus, this project is an opportunity to create much-needed jobs and rejuvenate Egypt's core industries. Although the project will help the country's backbone industries and struggling businesses get back on their feet, it will also allow the military to spread its tentacles further across the Egyptian economy. Apparently, the housing units there are being sold at hefty prices. A two-bedroom apartment in the new capital goes for about $50,000. Let's not forget that the gross domestic product per capita in Egypt is a little over $3,500. So a $50K home is nothing short of a dream. So what can we make of the new city? It seems the new administrative city will serve as yet another gated community for the rich and will do little to meet the housing needs of Cairo's poor and underprivileged residents. This is good reason enough for the whole idea of the new city receiving slack from the general public and media. Why some of them even consider this massive project as a colossal waste of resources? Well, critics say the money spent on building the new capital should have instead been used to improve living conditions of the impoverished parts of what would soon be known as Old Cairo. Although the new administrative capital is not named after Al-Fatah el-Sisi, the current president of Egypt is in his flagship project and legacy. The state-controlled media obsessively cover his regular visits to the city. It is impossible to think of the new town without thinking of el-Sisi. The main mosque of the new administrative capital is called Al-Fatah al-Aleem, which translates to the opener and knowledgeable two names of God. Still, some take them as connotative references to the president's first name. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the new project will help el-Sisi control any revolt against his regime. Back in 2011, it was clear to all of us in Egypt that Mubarak lost power the moment he lost control of the strategic Tahrir Square. Hence, after taking charge, el-Sisi immediately stripped down the square of its status of being the arena where the legitimacy of the Egyptian regime is decided. It's now impossible for the people to take over Tahrir Square and challenge the legitimacy of el-Sisi's regime. His government dotted the space with pharaonic monuments and privacy security guards to ensure it could not be violated by anti-government protesters. Now, to diminish the square's importance further, he is moving the country's center of gravity, its leading institutions and seat of power, to a fortified artificial desert oasis, which we now know as the new capital city. The state has already confirmed that the new capital will be nothing short of a fortress. It will be well secured with state-of-the-art electronic monitoring systems, and more importantly, it is miles away from any public arena where Egyptians come together to voice their grievances. In short, the new administrative capital will help the military and government consolidate their power. It will also allow Sisi to legitimize his regime and build a legacy. However, the project will make a tangible difference in the lives of ordinary Egyptians living in the country's congested capital. Not to forget that the construction is eating into the economy of the country. So, what do you make of the new administrative capital? The project will take years to complete, but the jury is still out. If you found this video interesting, we highly recommend that you watch the video on another new city in the Middle East, Kuwait's Silk City, a new era on the rise. We'll see you there.